Hello everybody. This is just kind of spur of the moment thing. I literally thought of this like 2 minutes ago. So just I'm doing a bit of pre-season running and fitness training, and it is absolutely awful. It's so hard. Been going running with my brother who plays at like a high level. And his team have been given a running plan. And they're these kind of like interval runs, or I don't know what they're even called. Like we'd have like started about 3 weeks ago. We'd have 3 or 4 different programs. So we'd have like 60 seconds, 60 meters, get there in 10 seconds, 10-second break. You do that like 4 or 5 times, and then maybe other ones where you're doing 90 meters in 15 seconds, 15 seconds off. And when you have another one where it's like 8 sets of 3 minutes of running at 60%, so you're kind of just running up and down the pitch. We're doing it on this muddy pitch because it's January and the weather's awful and it's cold and it's wet and windy. But yeah, it's hard to notice yourself actually getting fitter. But then when you test yourself later on, you're like, oh, I could do that a bit better. I got a few steps closer to the target. A lot of the time, not 95% of the time, we're not making the targets. My brother's a bit closer to me most of the time, but like it's so hard, especially on like big muddy, soggy ground that your feet just get stuck in it, and the effort it takes to just push through. And we went last night. So this week actually we went Monday. I think we've done about 8 runs together. We went Monday, and then Thursday, Friday, and I went again today with a team. So this was the first team session back of the year. But yeah, so I've been doing different ones with my brother. So I think on Monday we did the 8 sets of 3 or 8 sets of 3 minutes at 60%. So I was just running up and down, and it really hurts my ankles and my Achilles. Just trudging along for ages, 24 minutes of running. And then I think on Thursday we did a different one where we did I think it was like 4 runs of 90 meters, 15 seconds to get there, and then 15 seconds break. So up, back, and then you have a minute break, and you do 4 sets of 60 meters, 10 seconds on, 10 seconds break. So it's 8 runs, and then we do that 3 times, so it's 24 runs. And then last night we did 6 runs, 90 meters, 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We did that 4 times, so it's 24 runs again. And it's so hard. And then I've been lifting weights as well, and while I've been doing that on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's when I bench. But I haven't had time to do anything else really. But I might do that in another video about my benching. Yeah, it's just such a slog. It really is. But this morning, it was our first team session back of the year, and we're running on an all-weather pitch. And we did first of all, actually, before we get into it, warmed up really quickly. We started at 7:45 this morning. That's really early, Saturday morning. I forgot you could be watching this on a different day. So yes, this is my 3rd day running in a row. I don't know if that's a lot, but it's a lot for me, because I feel like I've never really been as fit as I could be. And part of my goals this year, 2026, is to just get as fit as possible and just get the most out of myself. As many aspects of life as I can, but sport's definitely one of them. But yeah, like we warmed up in about like 5, max 10 minutes. I don't even think it was. And when I go with my brother, we take ages warming up. Um, it's probably like 15, 20 minutes warm up before we get going. And I just like that. I'm kind of a bit slow. Even the matches, I'm a bit slow in the warm up, and I kind of just warm up. I find the warm up very stressful, and just like so tense. And I felt like that today. Like I'm doing the warm up, and it's a different warm up to the one that myself and my brother do. We kind of just do our own warm up and target our own things because there's only two of us in the field. Nobody's there watching us or whatever. So I have a bad hip, and my ankles have been sore lately doing these runs, and just I pulled my hamstring last year. So I just like all these little things to check before you get going. And it's freezing as well, so you have to just warm up as much as possible. But today I didn't feel I felt kind of rushed. People are like kind of jogging across the pitch, warming up, and high knees and heel flicks and all the rest. And they're so much further ahead of me, and I don't like that. And then managers are shouting in like everybody in the line, and I'm like, can I do this at my own bloody pace? And I felt like that was reflected in our running for a little while. So we did a lot of interval runs today. I think they're called interval runs. I don't actually know. So the first one was 100 meters 10 times. And then we did, so there were lines marked on the pitch. So it was 5 up, 5 back, and you had to get it under 4 minutes or something like that. I don't remember what they said. Then we had 4 minutes break. Then we had to do 600 meters. So 3 up, 3 back. I think we had to get, I don't remember what time we had to get it in. I wasn't really listening. But we did that twice. And then we did 400 meters. So up, back, up, back. And we did that 3 times. I think there was like 3 minutes or 2 minutes break. The breaks got shorter as we were going on. So the first break in between the sets was 4 minutes, then 3 minutes for a few of them, then 2 towards the end. And then the last one was 600-meter sprints. So I think he had a minute from when he blows the whistle, and then the clock is gone. And then once it gets to a minute, you go again. So you get there in like, I don't know, 15 seconds or whatever. And then I guess you 45 seconds break. So, yeah, so you focus on going fast. That was the last one. So in the first 1,000-meter run that we did, that was the only one we did. But the first run, which was the 1,000-meter run, to get better at speaking, that was just after warm up, and I was last for ages. For the first 400 meters, I was just last. I was last, and I was comfortably last. And then I just slowly caught up a couple of people. I caught up one guy, and then a couple hundred meters later, I caught up another guy, and then I caught up maybe 1 or 2 more. So I was like 4th last, maybe, at the end of that. But so I was like, oh Jesus, this is gonna be hard. But I was thinking, like, what the hell have these people been doing over the winter? Like, I've been doing these runs with my brother. We've gone like 7 or 8 times, and I thought that's been great, like great work. I was thinking, how are these people so bloody fit? I was like, what the hell has everybody been doing? Some people have been doing classes. I've not been going to them because they cost money, and I'm not working at the moment. So, yeah, I'm in college, so I'm trying to save as where I can. And it doesn't cost anything to go running in the field. So, yeah, anyway, so we did the 1,000-meter run, and I was towards the back, and they had us line up across the pitch, like, if you think you're going to be fast or slow. So I was like, I was one of the last to come over because I still wanted to warm up more. So I put myself at the very end, and all the fast people were over here. So I was like, I'll be last. And I was like, oh, fair enough. It looks like I was accurate in putting myself here because I was like fourth last. But then we did the 600-meter runs, and I was like catching people. And I was like, okay, the first 1,000-meter run, I caught like 4 people maybe. This one, the first 600-meter run, I caught like 6 or 7. And I was like, okay. And then we did it again, and I caught 8 or 9 people. And I was like, all right, okay. And then we did the 400-meter ones, and I was just climbing. I was just getting faster. Or it's not like I was getting faster, it's like people were dropping off. I'd probably mix of both. And I remember the last two 400-meter runs. So the first 400-meter run, I was like, okay, I'm getting there. But the second and the third one, I was like, the first few runs I was catching people. I started slow, but these ones I was like, I started off ahead of people. I was like, oh, I'm in front. I was like, I'm not letting anybody catch me. And if I catch a couple people, that's good. And then I did, and I was just catching people. And I was in the slower part of the lane, so all the like fast people were typically over here. So I'd glance over to this side, and I'd see people ahead of me. But like at the start, there was like 20 people ahead of me, and then in those last 2 runs, there was like 10, and in I think I got like 7th or 8th maybe in the last 400-meter run. So I was like, all right, okay, I'm getting there. So I was happy with that. And then we did the 600-meter sprints, and I think I won all of them. Honestly, I was if the lowest I come was 3rd, absolute lowest. I might have come 2nd a couple times, but we did 6 of them. I'm pretty sure I won all of them. There's photo finish on a couple of them, but like I definitely won like 2 or 3. I won the last one as well comfortably, because I was thinking, would I push it for the last one? It's like I've actually, out of the 5 that have just gone, I've won. I've been up at the top for most of them. And I heard somebody say, they were just joking, like, oh, I've been saving myself for the last one. And I was like, some of these fuckers probably have done that, like, and that's gonna look terrible now when they all finish ahead of me, if they save themselves. So I was like, no, absolutely not. There was a fella like 2 or 3 rows, 2 or 3 positions to the left of me, or the right, depending on which way I was going, or from which end I was starting. And I was like, okay, he's fast. I don't actually know who he was. He's some young fella, but I am not letting him beat me. And I just, on the last one, I just sprinted as hard as I could, and I won. And then I got sick, and it was awful. I pushed myself way too hard, and I knew I had to get sick straight away. I was just on my knees, and maybe like 2 minutes later, I got sick, and I felt a little bit better for like a minute, and then I just felt awful again for a little while. But yeah, I drove home. I just lay on the floor. It was just so hard. I didn't recover for ages. Honestly, I'm feeling better now. I don't know what time it is now. It's about 1 o'clock, 1:30. I was back by 9 o'clock, I'd say, and I was. I'm feeling good now. Maybe like an hour ago I started to feel good, but yeah, it was horrible, really, absolutely awful. But now I'm kind of feeling a bit confident now that like I'll be all right, fitness wise. Now I've a long way to go, and this sort of fitness doesn't actually necessarily equate to like match fitness or anything, or like getting tackled and turning, because there's a lot of just running in straight lines over long distances, and you don't really do that all the time, especially in hurling. But it's just like a good kind of mindset thing. I got the idea when I was halfway through. At the start I thought I was just slow, but then when I was catching people, I was like, I was like, I'm like the Clare hurlers, who sort of famous. Well, I don't know if it's famously, but they start a lot of matches slow, and then they kind of just grow into it, and then by the end of it, they're class. So they won the All Ireland in 2024, and it looked like they started the final terribly. Cork were 6-7 points up, I think, in the first few minutes, but then they just slowly got into it and got into it again, and they did that again last year, and they just didn't have enough. But like they were very close to having enough. They had a couple of like they were on like against Waterford, they were missing a couple of their best players, and against Tip, they nearly got it back at the end. They could have drawn the match at the end. I remember Ryan Taylor was running in and he gave a hand pass to Peter Duggan and it was just slightly overhit. And if he got that, he would have had a shot on goal and they would have drawn against Tip and they possibly would have got out of Munster. Anyway, whatever. That was the kind of mentality I kind of developed towards the end. I was like, just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I don't have any data to prove I was getting faster or just like other people were getting slower. But it was like, it was a good thing to catch people and then to lead people and not let them pass me out. It just felt kind of nice. So I think I'm not running again until Tuesday, which is great. I am very appreciative of that, and I'm sure my body is as well, because I need a break, I think, because 3 days in a row is a lot for me. I don't know if it's a lot for most people, but I don't know if I've ever been really fit since I was a kid. Like, I was definitely like underage, but as an adult playing sport, I don't think I've ever got the best out of myself. Like, so gonna give it a go this year. Hopefully I don't get injured. Always getting bloody injured. Last year I got a load of impact injuries though, and that was fucking annoying. So hopefully none of them. Hopefully no muscle injury. Just kind of a full year of it. That'd be great, and just see how I get on, and so I can just enjoy it and get the best out of myself. So, yeah, long may. I just started talking there. Long may, I like some sort of generic saying. Long may it continue, but long may what continue? Long may my fucking doing this running. Long may that not continue. Let me do something else. But like, I have a long way to go, I would say, in terms of just keeping going. But I think I'm on the right track, which feels really nice. Yeah. Don't have a mic here. Once again, just recording on my phone. I just said, think of something, or like I was eating. I was, oh, I should talk about this, because it's just good to get the. I need to make more YouTube videos again, and I really want to make funny ones again, but I'm not getting any sparks at the moment. A couple ideas, but just getting into the habit of uploading stuff on YouTube, I think, is a good thing. The last video was like 49 minutes long. I don't know if a single person in the world other than me watched it. And I don't know if a single person in the world will watch this one. But, you know, I'll put it up anyway. It's fine. Yeah, right. If you're one of the only people in the world to watch this video, thank you. And yeah. Hope you're having a good 2026, and we'll continue to have one. Try to be positive as well, just kind of uplift as many people as I can this year. Some people uplift me a lot, like my family uplift me a lot. See a lot of inspiring things, and that's just kind of driving me on a bit. So I hope I can just keep going and get as good a year out of myself as possible. Now we'll see what happens next year, you know. It's a long bloody time away. It's a long way away. Anyway, I'm rambling. I am rambling. So I'll be seeing you, and yeah. Gonna keep getting fitter. Keep running. Keep running. Bye bye.